guys seeing the place to be. NFL Draft Play 60 event with the NFL legendary quarterback Mark Brunell. How you doing today, Mark?
Good, thank you.
All right, we're down here at Play 60 Youth event. Talk a little bit about your involvement with the program and what it means to the youth football.
First of all, it's a great program that the NFL started. The Play 60 Youth program encourages kids to get out there and be active for 60 minutes a day. Get outside, play football, soccer, kickball, whatever, golf. Get outside and do something. A lot of our young people today, they're the Xboxes and the PlayStation, that's all they want to do. But there's a time for that. But we want to encourage our young people, not just in New York here, but all across the country, to be active, get outside, take care of yourself, make good decisions, eat right, and play a sport. Get outside.
Yeah, and what better way to do it than doing the speed and agility drills? You see them out here working that.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Now, the NFL draft process has evolved so much over the years.
Oh my goodness.
And it's such a mega event. It's a 3-day festival now. They pushed it back 2 weeks. Talk a little bit about when you came out for the draft and how much it's evolved now. And just a little bit, let's start with that and we'll go from there.
Well, a lot of these young guys, they're hoping to go in the first round. I was just hoping to go on the first day. That was my experience, but unfortunately I didn't. I actually was one of those quarterbacks coming out. I didn't play a lot in college. I started for about a year and a half. Had a decent combine, had a couple pro days, but not anything big time. So I was fortunate that I got drafted in the 5th round by the Green Bay Packers. It was the second day. I had heard anywhere from round 2 to 3 to 4. I went in the 5th. But I absolutely landed in the right spot. It was a good fit for me. I learned a lot of football at the Green Bay Packers, surrounded by a bunch of great coaches. Was a backup, or one of the backups to Brett Favre. And so while it didn't turn out how I hoped on draft day, it certainly worked out for me as far as my career was concerned.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter where you start, it's
That's
where
right.
you finish.
Yep.
And you talk about when you came into the league, it was more of kind of you groom the quarterbacks along, you might sit 2-3 years, and then you get a chance to start. Today's NFL, they're really not that patient. Do you think that hurts the quarterback's development, or do you think it's beneficial for you?
That's a very good question, and it depends on the quarterback. If you've just drafted an Andrew Luck, or let's go back a ways, Dan Marino, or Peyton Manning, guys like that, a lot of those guys don't come around very often. But if you are fortunate to get a guy like that, you can play him right now. But I think you'll see in this year's draft that the top quarterbacks, the top tier quarterbacks, are quarterbacks that probably need to be groomed for a year. They need to sit back and learn, and I think that's what we'll see, because you don't want a situation where you throw a quarterback in there too early, because it's a big jump from college to the pros. Too early means, not a lot of production many times, but it does depend on the quarterback. If you got an Andrew Luck, throw him in there, but I don't see an Andrew Luck in this draft.
Okay, so with that being said, you are Mr. Jacksonville himself,
Yes.
legendary Jaguars
know about
quarterback.
that.
So with that number 3 pick that they have,
Yep.
would you take a quarterback?
I actually wouldn't. I think Jacksonville, what needs to take place, they need someone that can help them right now. We were talking about that. I don't think there's a quarterback in this draft that's ready to go right now. Some good young, potential prospects, but they need work. If I've got that 3rd pick, I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm David Caldwell. I'm probably going to go after Khalil Mack. I expect Clowney to be gone. Jaguars have a need at linebacker. I think Khalil Mack's, in my opinion, he's the best football player in the draft. Maybe the best. He's best football player in the draft. So I'm picking Mack if I can.
Yeah, Mac from the WAC. I mean, it wasn't too long ago where these small school conferences really didn't get enough consideration or love, and now we're talking maybe even the potential 1st-round pick.
Yeah.
With that being said, last one for you. Number 1 overall, who's it going to be?
It's probably going to be Clowney. I'm guessing, guys like him, talent-wise, size, speed, strength, they don't come around very often. He has the potential to be great. He's probably already going to be good in the NFL, but he has the potential to be great. He's that type of player. You take into question perhaps his work ethic, his character, his attitude. I don't know. Things have been said, of course, but until that kid gets there, wherever that team is, probably the Texans, it remains to be seen how good he's going to be. But you don't see too many Clowneys like that.
This is true.
It's pretty impressive.
Now, we're going to reset the clock after this 3-day process and start turning the page and looking at the draft prospects for next year. That's what we do at the NFL Draft Bible. So with that being said, what's the best piece of advice for a kid coming next year's draft and getting ready for the whole draft process? What would you tell them?
That's easy. Don't think about the NFL. Don't think about the draft, what people are saying. Just focus on the task at hand. Focus on your junior year, your senior year, whatever that may be. Focus on being the best person you can be, the best player you can be. Go out there and help your team, be a team player, be a leader, continue to develop, continue to work. Just remove all thoughts of the NFL right now. That will come. That will be here before you know it. Just focus on being a good football player and helping your team win games the next season.
Great advice here, Mark Brunell. And, I am a Denver Broncos fan. I remember, 96? Michael Dean Perry didn't get off the field in time.
That was a long time ago.
What an upset. But Green Bay Packers, Jacksonville Jaguars, New York Jets, legendary quarterback Mark Brunell. We appreciate the time,
Thanks,
sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very
All
much.
Right.